my God.
Hi, Mikey.
I'm going to want to know what you two are talking about.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello. Tonight is an exciting night. For one, did everybody miss us last week?
I know I did.
Had to go out of town.
That's my fault. Karen had me working on a bridge and I was dying.
Oh,
please.
What? That's okay. It's all right. You know what? You got a break, and that's a good thing. So.
Yeah.
Well, no, not that out of town. That out of town was a spur of the moment. I had to fix my phone.
The over the weekend thing was over. Yeah, it was crazy.
But the Thursday night not being on live with Loose Ends was a last minute out of town because it was time sensitive. But we are back and we are really happy to welcome you, Deborah. Deborah was actually online ready to go last week. So This is take two.
It's okay, Mikey. Trust me, it's all good. Take care of you. That's important.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. So for next week, those that are joining us right now, we're going to actually have a live broadcast from our retreat location with some mystery guests that are coming. So next week we'll actually be in person. Karen will be here at home, kind of moderating, make sure we don't go out the train tracks too hard.
In other words, I'll be busy.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right, Karen. You probably wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Not at all. Not in the least. But anyway, we're really thrilled to welcome Deborah here. Deborah's been a crocheter for a while, and she's got a whole lot of blanket love for you there too, Michael. And I know that she has some to share here with all of the crocheters. She's from Florida, and where it's apparently very warm today.
Yes. Yeah, it's still just came down to 87, but it was almost 95 today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Deborah, not that you need to. I had 4 showers today. I was like sweating like a dog.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
It was 27 degrees up here in Canadian temperatures.
Right.
And I was dying.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah. And I was telling Karen earlier, it's supposed to get hotter. We're supposed to get a heat wave over the next week. So no rain and nothing but high temperatures in the 90s, mid to upper 90s.
That does not sound fun. But I heard that women down there do not sweat; they glow. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. I don't go outside too often because I'm home most of the time because I work from home, and so. But when I do go out, sunscreen, the big brimmed hat, the whole 9 yards, so I don't get sunburned. And yeah, although my hair when I get sweaty probably won't be glowing. It's definitely wet, but from the stuff. But you know what? We've lived down here since it was 2017 when we moved down here to Florida, and you get used to it.
Yeah, she still makes blankets, Michael. She still makes blankets.
Absolutely, I sure do. All year round.
Make this make sense, Deborah. What's going on?
All right.
I stay home in the air conditioning. So I have my air conditioning vent over there. I have my fan over there. We've got ceiling fans. So and actually on my last job I was crocheting in between calls.
So who are you making the blankets for then?
Family mostly. The one I'm currently working on is actually for my sister who lives over in Washington State.
Wow. So you're down in Florida. So do you crochet year round then, or do you take a break? Wow.
I do. Oh yeah. Well, because crochet I have ADHD too, Mikey, and so crochet is my therapy. It kind of helps me focus on something that I'm going to take and I'm going to gift to somebody. And that's my love language. Crafting stuff as a whole is my love language. So
wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Just hang on a second. I gotta put that in my pants.
Can't
forget that later.
Gotta make sure you take care of that.
Karen, it's a food voucher for an airport. When is the next time I'm gonna be in an airport?
This is true.
Yeah. 50. I'll take 50. Oh, there's another one. Jesus. I got delayed at my last 2 airports.
Oh yeah, I remember I saw a video earlier today. You were mentioning about going to Montreal and West Virginia, and you were going all over the place. So
Oh my God, yeah. So West Virginia's tomorrow, so we're gonna head
oh,
out tomorrow just before. But we got delayed when we went to the Alaska crochet cruises, or
okay,
crochet retreat.
I
got
would like to make a request for the rest of the broadcast note, though.
No more pants.
That's right.
Oh, geez. I was just over at Karen's house, Deborah. She lives actually next door to me, so we were
it.
just a day drinking for 2 minutes, and so she's got me all like hammered up on the white wine from Tidal Bay. So it was really quite fun. So,
Okay.
so I've already got my outfit on to travel because we're gonna leave as soon as this broadcast is over. So
Okay.
I'm wearing my athleisure suit.
Oh,
Deborah.
I love it. I
I know.
absolutely love it.
I know. I'm like an old man. Yeah, I'm like one of those commercials. Oh, Karen's gonna pop online. I'm one of those commercials where you smile and you walk in a park and you smile and you say, "I'm wearing diapers and I'm okay."
Yep, that's awesome. Oh, I love it, love it.
But it depends on your mood swing, of course. So,
Oh,
yeah. So, okay. So you crochet all year
year
long.
round. Yeah.
What brought you to crochet? Like, what was your thing?
Well, my mom actually tried to teach me way back when I was about 10-ish. Now, my mom, it was a right-hander. I'm a lefty, so she had a little trouble with trying to teach me as a right-hander. And like I said, I'm a lefty. So, and then eventually, I kind of got the hang of it, and then I wound up having school and kids and stuff like that. And then since I've been an empty nester, I've been crocheting like mad ever since then. And that's actually part of how I actually found you, Mikey, is because I was trying to learn new stitches, and I think it was the entrelac that I actually I was struggling with it, and then I stumbled upon you and the crochet crowd. And I will tell you, y'all online, you guys are my happy place. I absolutely love being part of this community. I'm so proud of this community. I tell anybody I hear says the word crochet, I immediately, oh, have you heard about the crochet crowd? And I immediately point them in your direction, because I have learned so much from you just in your YouTube videos. I love the way that you teach. I love the fact that you offer the left-handed videos, which really helps me. And it just took off from there.
It's kind of funny, Deborah. That entrelac was actually taught to me by a crocheter on the second ever crochet cruise.
Oh
So
wow.
we did them back to back, and I went out to California. So we did the first one, took a week off, did the second one out of Long Beach, and I couldn't understand thing. But so Diane Suter, that is our closed captioning person, sat with me. She was the quietest person of the whole group, and I'm like, there is something amazing about this woman. I need to sit with her and find out her backstory.
Right.
And anyway, she's the one that taught me how to do the entrelac. And she explained it to me like my mom was sitting beside me. And I'm like, I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it. And so I practiced the entrelac on the airports on the way home so that I did not lose the skill of what Diane taught me.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I'd have been practice. For
But
sure.
but that's the cool thing about our hobby here, Deborah, is that one person shows another, and I've come from a generation, and I don't, depending on your age, but I've come from a generation, if the store did not have the pattern book, or you did not have the knowledge, you didn't know anything about it. These new people today, they have the whole bloody library to look at.
Yes.
We've come from a generation where if you didn't know something, you didn't know it existed.
Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. Yeah. It's just, but before, online and the internet, like I said, if there wasn't a pattern, I didn't know how to make it. And I wasn't that ambitious to be able to design anything. And I've done, the only thing I've ever actually designed, so to speak, is when my boys were younger, they wanted something to put around their Game Boys. And yes, I have kids that are that old enough. And so I went and I just put together and I figured it out, and I designed I don't even have a picture of it. I wish I did, but of the little Game Boy cases that I made for the kids when they were younger.
It's kind of funny because I knew there was something more to crochet, because, and I don't mean this to sound controversial because it's not meant to be.
Oh no!
But when Roseanne Barr's show came on in the late 80s or 90s or whatever, I'm like, what is that blanket on the back of that couch?
Yeah.
And like, how did she? Well, we know that she probably doesn't crochet, but how is she able to get it so that you got the square blocks that are all black? that are kind of moving. And I realized there's something more and magical about crochet by seeing something like that on TV.
Yeah.
My only bitch that I have, Deborah, because I have many bitches, is that they always show crochet with a family that's down and out. And I would like to see crochet in a place in these TV shows where the family is not going check to check, because they're making it feel like it's a poor hobby, but it's really a very creative and vibrant community.
Yeah, I actually have noticed crochet more. I actually try to look for that when I actually watch programs, because I watch a lot of the that's all I ever use is the streaming services. I do know on Netflix, One Day at a Time, they actually have several crocheted blankets in that series that I noticed. There's like 3 of them at least that I noticed.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I guess the Little House on the Prairie, I watched that as a kid coming
Oh
home.
yeah, I did too.
You know, like Mom, Pa, and little Laura Ingalls, that seems to be a victim of everything. But actually, there was an interesting short reel where there's actually people, I don't know what yarn store or group is actually doing all the back props for the new reboot and showing what it is, because we've never had that kind of access. We always look and say, what the hell is that? And we try to figure it right.
Right.
So I think it's neat to see the kind of the back end of the show, because now you can actually, you know, if you really want to live in the backwoods and, you know, of that time frame,
Right.
but actually honoring the stitches that would have been in that time frame, which I think is neat.
That is really neat. I did not know that. That's actually really cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. I've heard there was a reboot, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. Kind of beyond that, I've been between working and then taking care of my husband and you know, taking care of family and stuff. It's just my mind has been, you know, focused and then, you know, doing crochet and stuff. Like I said, on my last job, I went and I was crocheting in between calls because I was only getting maybe 8 and 12 calls a day. So I had plenty of time and I had my bag right here and I used to be sitting stitching away, just waiting for my next call, because I've been working in call centers since 2005. So
Oh God, that's the worst. Stories that I bet you have are just nuts. But
Oh yeah.
my takeaway from that speech you just gave us, you're taking care of this and this and this. Are you taking care of yourself, Deborah?
Oh yeah, I have to. I've got I have a few health problems myself, and I'm making sure that I go to my doctor's office. You know, my doctors on a regular basis. I see my doctors at least every 3 months, quite the regular. So yeah, I have to take care of me. My parents died when they were a little younger than me, and I'm like, I'm not going out like that. I have too much living to do and too much crochet to stitch, and so ain't nobody gonna take me out like that.
Wow, you know what? You sound like me as a teenager. Like I cannot commit suicide at the moment because I got a project to do and I got to see this thing through. And then once that was done, I got another one to do, and it was literally crochet was the lifeline to get me through my teenage years, to get me and then you realize in college when you're in there, your differences are what makes you a vibrant person, where in high school your differences is what makes you the target practice for all these bullies.
Yeah, that's very, very true. You're absolutely right. I've actually I have, well, as you can see, my yarn collection behind me. That's only the tip of the iceberg. I was telling Karen, I literally probably have yarn in almost every room of the house. So from one end to the other, probably much to my husband's chagrin. And then I have printed up a lot of your patterns, and I have them in 2 different binders. The one binder just got to be so big. So yeah, I always have a pattern or, you know, something, 2 or 3 works in progress all the time going on. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I'm like, you know what? It's my stuff. He doesn't, you know, he does his thing and I do mine. So
the wonderful thing about my relationship is Daniel doesn't bother me about my area of the TV room. And so I know he doesn't love it, but so I had to clean it because we have a dog sitter coming in tonight. And it's like I have to clean for the first time like in a year. And it's like garbage bag after garbage bag after. I was going to do something with this and then it never came to be. And then I got paperwork that I wrote my notes on that never came to be. And it's like, it just kind of mounts and mounts and mounts. And Daniel says, I wish it could be like clean all the time. And I'm like, yeah, but then that requires me not to do my job.
Right.
know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll get to it when I get to it.
You got the cutest laugh.
Oh, thank you. People have told me that I either sound like a dolphin or Tigger.
Okay. Okay. Well, go with either or.
Yep. Yeah, I don't care. I'm a Disney fan, so I'll run with it.
It beats the cackle that I have. So don't you
Oh.
even worry about it. It's awesome. I am going to, I wanted to pull up a couple of your crochet items here,
Okay.
Deborah. And I'm wondering what you wanted to share with Michael and the community first.
You know what? You've got them all. I'll if you just stick it up there. I don't have a preference.
Just
I
stick
love
it
them.
in there, Karen. Just stick it in.
Stick it in there.
You go, Deborah. You would
Yeah.
be a good friend to Karen for sure.
Oh yeah, I was telling when Karen and I did our pre-chat, I was like, I so resonate. Karen reminds me of me, so I knew we were going to get along great.
Oh my God. So I had to share the hotel room with her over the weekend. Deborah, she sleeps like a splat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my
I
God.
probably would too if I didn't have to share the bed with my husband. So.
Oh,
On that note,
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's the very first. Oh my God. You won't believe the backstory that happened with this one. Oh my God.
Yeah, I made this one for my grandson Jeremiah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
did you have to do the stitch along in real time, or did you do it after?
So actually, this is the second one that I've made. I actually made one in Broncos colors for my son Tanner way back when the stitch along first came out, and then because when I made a blanket for each one of the grandkids, and so of course they're all a lot older now, and so Grammy went and made a new blanket for all the grandkids, so they would each still have their own blanket, and that was the one I made for Jeremiah.
Oh my God. So you want to know some gossip with this one, Deborah?
Sure.
So anyway, so I started filming this guy up, and then I got an email, and they said they realized that the designer had actually copied somebody else. So they actually had to cancel the filming, and we had to restart all over again and do a redesign.
Oh, okay. That explains the difference between this one and that one. Okay. I didn't know the backstory. I was like, okay, I know there's something a little different about this, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going to roll with it. I love it.
Well, the new version was the only one that was ever shown.
Oh, okay.
But it was like amazing because there was so much work put into the design and the diagrams and everything, only to realize there was a duplicate somewhere else.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's the thing about this whole industry, Deborah, is that you know, two designers can actually think of the same damn thing and actually have the same implementation, and people think they copy each other, but in actual fact it could be original thought just by two different people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody has their own interpretation of the design and the pattern, so absolutely.
Yeah. So
sure.
So this was our first ever. Okay, so what do we got here?
Okay, so this is a blanket that I made for my sister-in-law. Actually, the blanket is over here in my closet somewhere in a box, but because she lives out in Colorado, and so she comes down once a year, but she won't pay for the shipping for me to bring it to her so she can go home with it. So one of these years I'll get it to her.
She won't pay for the shipping for that masterpiece?
Well, because she comes down to Orlando, and so if I bring it to her in Orlando, then she would have to ship it from Orlando out to Colorado, and it'd be just as easy for me to ship it. But one of the my goal is to actually get it to her at some point this year. But
that's nice. Now, how proficient are you with that? Is that like, is this something that is really quick for you to crochet, or like, what's your journey look like?
I kind of take my time with it, honestly, because I've been through carpal tunnel surgery and stuff like that, and so I just take my time with it. I figure, you know what, I'm going to enjoy the stitching of it. I'm going to enjoy making the blanket and putting the colors together. There's no reason to rush. It's not a race. It's just I'm just here to be able to enjoy myself and just sit and I listen to TV or a movie or something I've seen and heard a million times in the background, and I just stitch along and have a good time.
So what kind of movie would that be, Deborah?
Oh my gosh. So that could be Legally Blonde. It could be Beauty Shop. It could be any Disney movie on Disney Plus. Most of the time it's probably Star Wars. Because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as you can tell by my T-shirt.
Oh God!
Oh. Now you know why she's one of my favorites.
Oh Jesus!
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to show her all my Star Wars stuff. I've got R2D2 over here, and I've got Star Wars all over the place. So
He's obsessed. I actually had to have the whole like rundown of Andor. I still don't understand it, but yeah. And I'm like, where does Jar Jar Binks come into all of this? Because that's the only few names I do remember.
yeah.
Yeah, she's totally in there like a dirty shirt. Now, Wendy, my assistant Wendy, is this the Better Together blanket?
I believe that's what it is. Yeah, I don't remember, but I believe that's. I've made quite a few of your patterns because I love the way that I love the thought process that goes into when you put together the patterns as a whole, and I love the fact that you actually put together like and I know it hurts your wrists and stuff, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through that, but I really do appreciate
Sure.
the graph that goes with that, because sometimes if I don't quite understand what's going on in the wording, I go to the graph, and if not, I'll back it up and figure it all out. But like I said, I just love what you do for our community as a whole.
Now, did you see the new version coming out, the study of complicated coming out?
No, that I must have missed.
That one's coming out soon. I'm actually doing that at the mystery retreat.
Oh, okay.
My relationship with Daniel is a little rocky. It's just, we're getting older. Life is changing. Your motivations change.
Right.
And it's kind of like the push and the pull of relationships, of trying to get the stitches to kind of figure its way out.
Right.
And so my goal with the study of complicated was to examine relationships where they don't want to work together,
Mhm.
and we try to put the stitches to work together.
Mhm.
And it's really a deep meaning for me. I'm sounding really kind of wishy-washy, but
Oh no.
so anyway, Karen took me on a vacation in the like over a weekend in January, and things are rough. And I said, I'm just gonna sit here. And she said, you just sit here. We've pulled you out of the house.
Yeah.
Just create. And it's like what would the complication of a relationship look like? And so this whole thing, so when I did get home, Daniel really likes the concept. He said turn it into a bouquet of flowers. So
Oh,
even though the wrapping looks like a study of complication of your relationship, it
right.
turns into a bouquet.
Oh, how amazing. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that. And believe me, I absolutely understand how relationships go. My husband and I have been married for 20 going on 21 years. So believe me, I understand. And it's okay.
Yeah, and I think Daniel used to teach, or sorry, I used to play music for these
Mhm.
weddings, and you get a bridesmaid that's like 21 years old. Love is,
Mhm.
give me the bridesmaid that's 50 years old and tell me what it is, because you were still living in fucking Disneyland at the age of 21, because it's all about negotiation and is it better to be right, or is it better to stand back and just let things ride? And I think that's the hardest thing about relationships,
Yep,
because it's easy to walk out the front door.
that's right.
It's really easy.
It is.
Can't wait to do the flowers. I think that's phenomenal. But all of this talk about how you love working and doing all of the things that Michael does, I'm going to throw one in that I
Okay.
know he didn't design.
Okay.
And I want you to talk about this one a little bit, and then
Okay.
we'll get back to the other ones because I know you
Okay.
did those.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes. This is this is if anybody knows video games and the Legend of Zelda, this is Link. And my oldest son Brandon, out of my four, my husband and I together we have eight, by the way. And so his favorite Legend of Zelda character is Link. And so this is a two magic pixels graph that I put together, and it's on our queen size bed, and you can see it just kind of drapes over the bed, and that definitely was a monster, but Brandon wanted a blanket, and mom made him a blanket.
You know what that reminds me of, Deborah? It reminds me
Yeah.
of Light Bright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I
Am
can
I
see
am I
that. Yeah.
showing my age? Where that's like
Yes.
just put in the pins over the black paper, and you suddenly got it. I
Yes.
just love how vibrant those colors are against that darker color.
Yeah, it's a navy blue background is what I made it in the navy blue so the other colors would kind of pop off of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. I don't have the patience for Grafghan work. That's one of the areas of crochet that I probably slipped up on. I just don't love it. I
Yeah, I can
love the
understand
look
that.
of it. I just don't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah. Oh no, I can totally understand that. Yeah. I mean, the only my least favorite part about it was just all the color changes, and I didn't do the bobbins like a lot of people do. I After each color change, I literally fastened off, wove in the ends, and then move forward, and then
Oh my God.
yeah.
Deborah, I'm not worthy of being an interviewer tonight.
Oh
Jesus.
yes, you are. You
Amazing.
always are.
Oh, oh my God. I don't have the strength to do that. That's for sure. Yeah.
This is the virus shawl that I did in the this was the Karen cakes in the rainbow color. It was I think it was rainbow or spring, something about sprinkles. I don't know. It was really great. I made it for a friend of mine when we lived in Colorado.
You know what's so funny about this? So the virus shell goes viral in 2015,
Mhm.
and so Yarn Inspirations had a design back in 2012 called it's shoot, the meringue
Oh
shawl.
yeah, yeah. I know which one you're
And
talking
then
about.
it turns out that I found this pattern back in the 60s.
Oh wow.
And it is amazing that these patterns, they kind of lose their complete presence, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden it comes out with a new yarn and a new attitude, and it
Yeah,
just comes out of nowhere, and people think it's brand new, but in actual fact it's a design that's been around for a long
been
time.
around for a while. Yeah. Oh, everything old is new again.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing, is that I think in crochet a
Mhm.
lot of stuff has already been designed already. We're just kind of rehashing the concept of what's cool now and what are people interested in now.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
have that. So that's pretty cool. I love the colors of that stuff. It's just nice and easy flowing. You just let the stitches do what it
Just
wants to
yep,
do.
just let everything flow together. All right, and then there's another virus shawl in the Karen cakes in the purple, and then this is the
You did not do that one. The study of texture.
I did actually I did that. That's the study of texture shawl, and actually I have hang on, it's back here. I have the study of texture poncho.
A poncho, Deborah. Jesus.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I made this for my my daughter-in-law, and and she left it here when they went back to North Dakota, and so that's another thing I've got to get in the mail. I'm good about making stuff, but I'm not always good about getting it in the mail on time.
Now, Deborah, I think I
Yes.
just heard my assistant Wendy moan. She loves purple.
Oh yeah,
And,
I do too.
and
Purple's my
I just
favorite
heard in
color.
my head, purple. I love it.
Yes, purple's my favorite color.
Yes. Actually, that's kind of why we did this. The new study of complicated is purple.
Very cool. Oh, even
Purple.
more reason why I can't wait. Woo, that's awesome.
Woo! It's gonna get y'all hot and bothered.
Probably.
Why did I pop on just right then and there?
Yes,
Okay.
you did a great job, Karen.
Up your bathing suit, baby. We're getting purple out.
That's right.
It's gonna be a long, wet night.
So it's going to be a hot night or a little
Yeah,
chilly?
that's you.
Because if we're
Whatever.
chilly, we may need a few of these.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, that's right.
fun. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, the giraffe and Spider-Man and the fox I made for my grandson JJ a couple years ago for because they live out in Colorado, and then the Hello Kitty one I made. Yeah, I made that for somebody when we lived out there. And the minion and the purple minion too.
So is Colorado your home? Like in your
I Colorado is in my heart. It's home to me. I wasn't born and raised there. I was actually born and raised up in Jersey, but Colorado is my favorite place on the planet.
Oh my God. I
yeah.
used to truck through there on the transport.
Mhm.
My God. The stars at nighttime in Colorado. I
Mhm.
happened to hit a rain, like a star shower. What do you call those? A meteor
Meteor
shower.
shower
Oh my God. I have never seen, it was like I could just reach out and touch them. Like
and
it was
touch them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
so
absolutely
cool.
love it out there. My husband and I, we can't breathe out there, but that's why we're down here in Florida. But It's my favorite place on the planet. So
is it altitude, Deborah?
yes, yeah, the
Yeah.
high altitude. Yeah, when we lived out there, let's say we moved down here in 2017. So my husband was having trouble breathing then, and doctors at the VA told him, well, you can either be on oxygen for the rest of your life or you're going to have to move. And so here we are.
Wow. So how do you deal with the hurricanes?
Very carefully, just because I'm constantly watching the news and keeping an eye on all the different weather sources, and just pray it doesn't come through this area, because we've got trees surrounded all over the place, over there and back over there. So we've wrote a few of them out. The one time we did evacuate, it didn't even come through here. It actually went it shifted and went to the place we evacuated to, so that was fun. And I'm like, we could have just stayed home, because we have a security camera outside, because my husband's motorcycle's out there, so we can keep an eye on the motorcycle. And I'm like, it like barely rained here. We could have just stayed home.
Well, you never know. Like my family and I, we went to Florida, and I guess Hurricane Andrew, I want to say it was Andrew, went through.
Okay.
And so we had left just before Andrew hit, because our vacation was over.
Mhm.
But until I moved to Nova Scotia, because I never had to deal with hurricanes, I never even thought, like, it just scares me. Now when I build stuff here at home, I got to think about the altitude of anything, because I like to overcompensate, Deborah. I like long wood, and
That's
so
awesome.
we put it so high because then it's going to get hit with the wind,
Right.
and it's something I never considered. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, it's one of those things, you take the good with the bad. We have the heat, during the spring and the summer, where other places have, like even like you guys do up there, you have that the cold and the snow and the wind. And snow is pretty to look at, but I don't like driving in it. So I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
Deborah, oh, such a whiny baby.
Oh yeah.
That means you stay home and crochet more.
That's right. Absolutely.
We
right.
got it all worked out here in Canada.
Oh yeah.
I was down in Austin, Texas during a snow or like an ice storm, and
Okay.
I'm from Canada, so it was like January. So I have my snow tires. I am blazing through there like crazy, and all these cars are like bumper cars just flying off the road. I'm like, perfect. Let's see everybody go.
There you go. Room a zoom zoom.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So down in Florida, do you have like I think they're called love bugs?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do.
My God. Those are unbelievable.
Yeah, when we first moved here, they were really, really bad. Like, you could, swatting them like this when you're walking to the car. But actually, the last couple of years, we really haven't seen a lot of them. But of course, they're actually native to the Yucatan in Mexico. They're not even native here in Florida. So.
Because I drove through like this whole area that was just infested with love bugs, and you couldn't even tell it was the front end of a truck. Like it was just like,
yeah, oh yeah.
And you can't even like do the windshield wipers because that stuff is sticky.
Yep, it sure is.
Not in a fun way, Deborah.
Oh no, definitely not. No, yeah, they take all the fun out of that. So.
Yeah, they totally do. So, do you have a local crochet group that you can hang out with, or?
I think there's one down in Stark, which is about 12 miles from me. But most of the time, during the time that the group meets, I'm working. So I've only let's see. I lost my job on May 1st was my last day, but I started a new job on Monday. So, but I've just been busy trying to get projects done around the house that I just haven't had time to do. When you're working on my other job, I was working 11:30 to 8, and so by the time I get off work, it's time to chill and get ready to go to bed and do it again the next day. So I'll be working 8 to 5, so I'll have at least time in the evening to do other stuff.
Could that be kind of fun if you like? You seem like a fun. You remind me of the girls back here when we do Stitch Night on Wednesday. You just remind me of a fun person to kind of hang out with.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I try to be fun. I try to just, I try not to let things get me down. I know that, when one door closes, another one opens, and you know what? Stuff is only temporary. It's nothing long term. So it'll be okay.
You know, I was sharing with the group last night because was it last night? I think yeah, we met last night. So we have a Nova Scotia trip coming up, Deborah, and one of the groups decided to come up with the idea where they're going to stitch for Nova Scotia charities while they're here.
Oh,
And
okay.
so what do they need? And it's amazing because they're going to leave them on the bus at the end.
Oh, very cool.
And it is crocheters just generally seem like they're such a giving community. They're thinking about others before themselves, and I'm so glad to be part of that kind of community.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My mom was the same way. My mom would almost literally give the shirt off of her back if somebody absolutely needed it. And I'm kind of the same way. If somebody needs something and I've got it and I can share, absolutely, here you go. I'll absolutely freely give. And crochet is no different. If somebody needs something, here you go. I've got extra, I got plenty. Here you go.
I think that's my biggest struggle online, Deborah, is that I see people kind of like jumping on other people that I actually know. And it's like, if you knew that person and you were stranded on the side of the road, that person would pick you up, take you to their house, feed you, and give you a bed to sleep for the night.
Absolutely.
And you treat them like crap online because you don't know who they are.
Yeah, people use the online platform to say anything that they freely want and don't think about anybody else's feelings. They don't take that into account, and I think just very sad and disappointing. And I've seen some of those comments, and when it gets to be too negative, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. Move on.
Yeah.
I'm not giving into that drama. I just can't. Life's too short not to be happy.
Now, my Wendy, my assistant, always fields that kind of stuff. That woman sees a lot more than what you do as a public, and even what I do because she shields me from it. And it's like it's just exhausting.
Yeah, Wendy's amazing. I've talked to her a couple of times through Facebook Messenger, and she's absolutely amazing.
And she's fucking hilarious in person. So I've only met her twice.
Okay.
She just makes me squeal. And it's amazing because she's been working with me for years, but I've actually only met her twice, maybe 3 times. Actually, I took her to Jimmy Bean's and we did a walkthrough of a new product, and she left the chair all wet.
That's great.
Oh, it was Wendy, speak up for yourself. It was so true.
No, 90%. Anything with Michael
it was true.
10% truth, 90% exaggeration.
Oh, y'all are so funny.
It was so true. Like, honestly, she was salivating. Yeah, see, Wendy said it was worth it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's great.
It was when they decided to design a crochet case that would sit up on its own, like a little workstation. And Wendy's like, this is not coming out of my dead hands. I like, this is going to be a good product.
Oh, this is great.
Well, what I wanted to, he's being truthful for once, Wendy. So what is wonderful about this community, though, Michael, the crochet crowd in particular, though, is that you are all so sharing and I love it, and generous and friendly, and it is so phenomenal. I feel really blessed that I've kind of come along for the ride, which is amazing. And in my role with this, I get a chance to speak to you all separately too, which really makes my day. And for as much as everybody I know loves this, oh yeah, absolutely. But what I wanted to also talk about was the crochet crowd also helps out, especially like online with what do you need? I'm having trouble with this. As a left-hander, I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that and how it works with you and how you've managed and how you found the crochet crowd and Michael's tutorials in that to kind of connect.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do know we were in Colorado at the time, and I was trying to work out something. I was looking for something online, and that's actually where I found you, and your left-handed videos. And I'm telling you, they are an absolute godsend. And I've come to the conclusion, if Mikey doesn't have a video for it, I don't need it that bad. So only because I love the way that you teach. I love that you go slow. You talk to people where they're at, and you don't use real all these complicated words or anything like that. Like I said, you meet people where they're at, and I appreciate that because that's how that's how I learn. And I come to people just where they're at too. That's exactly how I communicate with people. And I'm always that's why when I work. As a matter of fact, I was telling Karen in our pre-chat. I actually, even as a lefty, I've taught my stepdaughter how to crochet. I also taught my granddaughter and my grandson, all three of them. I taught them how to crochet. And I know Jeremiah still crochets, and I think Jeannie does it when she has a moment, because she's an adult now and she's working. But I come to people where they're at, and that's what your videos do for me. And the left-handed videos I absolutely love, because I can work with the right-handed videos. It's just okay. It's just the opposite of what he's doing. No big deal. And so, but when I discovered the left-handed videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and this is awesome, and I absolutely love it.
So the backstory of that one is that I started trying to learn left-handed for real because I saw another host doing it, and I watched her video. I'm like, how in the hell is she doing that so smoothly? She's ambidextrous, using both hands, and she coughed at a certain point. So I wanted to see how she did it in the right, and she coughed at the same fucking minute mark. And I realized that she had done a video flip. And so myself trying to teach myself how to do the left hand was actually just a video flip. But I wasn't getting, I don't get a lot of feedback on the left at all. There's hardly any comments. So I kind of gave up on it for a while. So I stopped doing the left hand. I'm like, well, if nobody's really like commenting, like a quick little thank you just to acknowledge that, because those views are so small. So I can't tell if they're a view by accident or whether it's intentional.
Okay.
And so I was on a crochet cruise, and Sheila Kite, I would never forget this. She had the nicest smile you ever want. And anyway, I follow her online now. She raises these cute little goats, which I see on my timeline every day. But she says, you need to keep up with the left-handed because we may not be vocal, but we're here. And just nudging that little bit. Okay, we need to have left, because when I get contracted by Yarn Inspirations to do a stitch along, they never want the left hand.
Okay.
When the other companies never want a left hand, and I'm like, well, this is just a whole 16% of the world is left hand. There's 60% of the people that are going to be out on the limb. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep on going and just see what happens. But sometimes they need, especially in the left hand video, I need that nudge.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can honestly say I absolutely love your left-handed videos. And when I know that like you said, you had stopped doing. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just move forward, and I'll just work with what you've got. And then when you brought them back, I'm like, yes, thank you. All right.
But Deborah, a quick little email to me makes a huge difference, because it's like in the left-hander world, it is so silent over there. Like there's hardly any comments on left videos. And so I'm like, I don't know if I'm wasting my time, but even though it's a video flip, it's still time and effort for the social and to make the video and to do everything. So anyway, so if you're ever on those videos, just make a comment. Mikey, I'm here. Keep on going.
Okay, I will absolutely do that. Yep. Whatever you need me to do, Mikey, I support you 100%. Whatever I can do to make your life better or easier, I'm all over it. Because like I said, I'm very proud of this community. I love this community. As a matter of fact, when you first came out with the Crochet Crowd t-shirts, I told my husband I want one of those, and he bought me one. And I love it. And I'm going to get one of the newer ones. But I love them. I wear it every chance that I get. And so, as a matter of fact, I went to the doctor's office. Was it earlier this week? Was it last week? I don't know. So I was wearing my Crochet Crowd t-shirt, and she's like, you crochet? I'm like, yep, as a matter of fact, I do. And so I was telling her about the Crochet Crowd and the videos and the that you're on the socials and stuff. And I told her about our podcast, your podcast, and she said she was going to check it out. So and anything that I can do to help people in their journey, even if I plant a seed, I'm helping them in their journey.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's why the one membership is called Journey, because my journey is not your journey. You're Deborah on your own journey of making those patterns work for you and who you're giving them to. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. You know?
I love being a Journey member, and it's one of the many reasons why I made sure that when you had it available, I went and I immediately signed back up, because that's my way of giving to you for as much as you've given back to me.
I appreciate that a lot. You have no idea. I actually got the idea from Spotify.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what? We can do extra stuff. We can communicate. I can tell who's a journey member through the comments on
Hmm.
the way that you have that emoji.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and so I actually have done more video work for journey members. Don't tell anybody else.
I know nothing. Your secret's safe with me.
On that emoji, because I know that they're investing in me.
Mhm.
And more than just an ad click, but it actually investing, and I feel more accountable for that, and it makes me more excited because chances are, unless you're asking me to do a thread bedspread, which you can go do something with yourself, if it's doable, then why not, right? Because
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And when you started doing this particular podcast, I was like, I know that I've want it's been on my life to-do list to be able to finally get to meet you. And I wanted to be able to kind of find a way to meet you in person, but finances are not always there. And so when you started this, I'm like, yes, I might actually get my chance. And I was so excited when I got Karen's email. If my husband had not have been sleeping at the time, I probably would have screamed with excitement. But he was sleeping, so I was good. I didn't scream as loud as I wanted to.
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of people over the years have said you got to do store visits, but the person that pays for all that stuff, the travel, the hotel, the feels, is all myself.
That's right.
And I feel like the one thing that we started with the crochet cruises is that we need to create an event that if you're going to do something, let's go big. And let's have time to sit with you in the morning and lunch and do whatever. The closest friends I have in my life are from these events, but you could never have had that when you talk to somebody for 5 minutes in a line in a store.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. And I'm like, I want it to mean something, you know, because because some of these people are totally crazy, but they keep coming back, and I'm like, I'm living for it.
Stop talking about me.
Yeah.
Now, Karen, you don't have a guilty conscience, do you?
Yeah.
I know I do. My husband will absolutely tell you that, and many other things. But
so if you're a member here on the Crochet Crowd YouTube channel, Journey or Passport, we thank you so much for the membership. It really helps us more than people realize. You know, just to keep the momentum going, because it's been 17 years, Deborah. Like that's a long time.
Yep, it sure is. Yeah, and I've been part of it for most of it, not all of it, but definitely most of it. And yeah, like I said, it's definitely my happy place. I could sit there and I could just scroll through the pages and just look at everybody's work for hours. It's worse than playing a video game because you get lost. The time goes and it just goes. But you know what? Then I get to enjoy everybody's work and I get to see everybody's what they've created and be able to go ahead and encourage people in that manner.
Now it's interesting. Wendy is actually the person that monitors all the Facebook stuff, and she is floored by what she sees a lot. And so it's kind of interesting. She when it's like unbelievable, she'll message me. She goes, "You got to get over to the group like right now. Like, don't even wait. Just get over there and see what's going on." And just because she's just blown away, even though I think she may have seen it all, she still gets surprised.
Oh yeah. So if I see something kind of cool, and I'll be hanging out with my husband in our bedroom. I'm like, "Look, honey, look at this blanket." He goes, "That's crochet." I'm like, "Yeah, that's crochet. Look how amazing that is." And he's like, "Wow, that's cool." Because he kind of gets into it because he knows that that's my thing.
So we need to create another shirt. Mikey is my other husband.
Oh, I can absolutely do that. I've got my Cricut right here.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh yeah, I have my Cricut. There's my Cricut, and there's R2D2. And then there's Bruce back here. Bruce normally sits on our couch. It's my husband's shark. I made him.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, since I sent Karen a picture, but the picture doesn't quite do the actual live.
Oh my God, it's huge. Yeah.
It's 40 inches long.
Wow. I do like a lot of inches.
I love it.
That. So ultimately, at the end, when you're about to hit the box, what is going to be the moment of crocheting saying, I'm glad I did that, like a project wise or skill? Is there anything that you have left that you really want to accomplish before your time is up?
Um, Not that I can think of right now. I mean, like I said, one of the big things was actually getting to actually talk to you in person. So that was just, this is the highlight of my absolute year. I absolutely love this. But just being able to just to be able to make something and just giving it to somebody and just to make them happy, whether it be a gift for Christmas or a birthday or just because, that's just what makes my day, is just to be able to give my love to somebody else. And I'm just happy. I'm just here for the stitching journey and my love of our craft. I mean, I know I have other crafts that I do, of course, the Cricut, and I can sew, and I have loom knitting in my bedroom and stuff like that. But crochet is where my heart is. It truly is.
I think one of my goals, Deborah, is that I want people to make sure that they can find each other.
Yeah.
Because there's people like you, and that you may actually be just like down the street from somebody else that has the same hobby, but you don't know each other.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of connecting people in a positive way, not like in
Of
a
course.
murderous kind of scene
Right.
or kind of stalking, but connecting people to come together. Because before Facebook, like we've been that old that before Facebook groups was out, like I would connect people. By the way, you might know somebody in this area, and I was using the YouTube to email people and exchange all that. But so YouTube or Facebook took that off my plate. But to have those friendships that they come together, especially in the crochet events that we do, these women tend to stick together in a way that you swear to God they're like sisters from a different mother. Like, they just found that connection with somebody, and they're finally in the right space, in the right mind to do it.
Very cool. Yeah, I love that. One of these years, maybe I'll be able to go ahead and do one of the events, but we'll see. It's just a matter of being able to. Ever since we took on the card payment, we really haven't been able to do a whole lot extracurricular, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and you know what? I think life generally right now, Deborah, I think is tough for everybody, including Daniel and I. It's not fun right now. Let's be honest.
No, that's true.
But in the times like right now, crochet picks up momentum because you may not be able to go out, but you got something in your hand to keep your mind busy.
Absolutely.
And, so we, as much as it sucks to hear this, when the industry, the world goes down, crochet goes up.
Yep.
Because people find that they need to find joy somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Gotta have, life's too short not to be happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And you are a joy. And I'm so glad that we got to share you with the community, that you got that opportunity to speak to Michael.
Oh, yes,
and,
absolutely.
Oh, you exude joy, and it is phenomenal. And I'd like to thank you very much. And I know on behalf of everybody watching who's basically saying the same thing. Now, Wendy says, would you recommend having somebody else do the same thing to come on the broadcast?
Oh, absolutely. I look at it as almost as a once in a lifetime opportunity you don't want to miss, because it's amazing. And like I said, this is going to be the highlight of my year. Totally. I say that with great sincerity.
I will never truly comprehend that. Just because I feel like, honestly, I'm just a guy here in Nova Scotia, and so wow, because it really surprises me when I hear that. It really does.
Well, may I say something, Deborah? Because
absolutely.
I think, because I hear him say this all the time, and I want to say it publicly. Okay. I think here we go.
I'm gonna squeeze Go
ahead. No, but honestly, crochet is a craft that is very generous. It is very giving. It is very emotional. It is tied to a lot of things, right? And and it envelops us in general, right? Crafting, but crochet, this community exemplifies it, right? Where Michael, part of that is that you are helping people do what they want to do and to give themselves to others. And that's why it's so special. And at least that's the way it is for me. That's how it's explained to me in so many words from other people. Deborah, feel free to fill in that. But yeah, I just sometimes I just kind of go to Michael when I hear him say that. But
no, I can understand that, because my husband kind of feels the same way. He's just like, I'm like, I'm not, why would people care about me? I'm like, nobody. But this is the way I view you. Okay. I've been part of this community for well over 10 years, probably close to like 15 now, somewhere in that neighborhood. When I talk about you and to my husband, it's like I'm talking about like a neighbor or a good friend, because you've been part of my life. Not obviously not live like this, but you've been part of my heart and part of my life and part of my community and my happy place online. And I feel that through your videos and everything that you do online, even like the real videos, the cute ones and the funny ones, I'll be cracking up because you're just so hilarious and you're just being you. And I wouldn't expect you to be anybody else but yourself. Because when somebody takes away your joy, you don't let them steal your joy. You just live. And when you bring yourself to us through your videos and through everything that you do. And to me, that is the most special thing in the entire world, that you give of yourself, whether it be your diagrams or when you create new patterns, everything that you give of yourself, I absolutely, completely appreciate. And it makes me care about and love you all the more, just as somebody that I've known for a long time. And I just want to thank you so very much for that from the bottom of my heart, and to please keep on doing what you do for as long as you can do it. You got to take care of you first. I completely understand that, and I support that. And honestly, I know we've just we've been on here almost an hour. If there's anything truly, Michael, that I can do to help you, please, even if it's through Karen, don't hesitate to ask. I will move heaven and earth for you to help you in any way that I can, to give back for everything you've given to me. Truly. I mean that with the greatest sincerity.
Thank you. I don't take compliments.
I know you don't.
But I hear what you said. Like that moves my world in my head. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was cracking up earlier. I was watching the video that you posted of Daniel when you guys were talking about bowling. Oh my word, I was rolling. That was so funny.
Can you imagine the boys never bowled?
No, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my word. But you know what? Everybody has a different journey in life. It's okay. You know what? He'll have his first bowling experience and he'll love it, and you'll probably be going on a regular basis.
I was a little surprised because he's always looking for a reason to grab his own ankles.
Way to go, Daniel.
Under.
Nice. Very cool. I also love when you posted remember when you and I think Karen went and found those that I think they're like hooks or something. You were going to use them on the bird houses.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's genius. I would have never have thought to use those. I'm like, this is great. I learned so much from you.
Yeah. I know. I like the shorts. The shorts are a lot of fun. They're really a small glimpse of real life,
right?
To pepper in that stuff, and because I worked on the call center like you did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the amount of shit that you hear on the phone is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, the stories I could tell you that are probably not appropriate for live video.
Really not. That's a good. The amount of times I was thrown by these women, they're like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "You're barking up the wrong tree over here." But anyway, we'll keep on going. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
I know that Michael's got to get going to the airport. He's got a group of people to crochet with in West Virginia. So much for the mystery, but that's okay. You're all going to West Virginia.
Yeah.
And
so
all right, look, you'll be halfway to me. I'm in between Gainesville and Jacksonville.
Oh wow! So we are heading to West Virginia tomorrow morning. The
Okay.
mystery is actually starting on Sunday. So
Okay.
most of the crocheters are actually arriving tomorrow,
Oh,
which
very cool.
super excited.
Awesome.
And basically it's a week at the Greenbrier Resort, which I've never heard of before. So that's like fancy schmancy. So once I realized where I was going, I was just gonna go in my like jeans and a polo shirt. And then
That's the way I would do it.
I know, but then I saw the yeah, and so I had to buy a blazer, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't look like a commoner here. So anyway, but what's more important is that a lot of the people that we have traveled with in the past are coming, but we also have a new group of people, because I don't believe in the idea that you always take the same people.
Right.
You have to build the family and have new people, because that's what keeps the stories moving.
Absolutely,
right?
completely and totally.
Yeah, so we have a lot of new people coming to see us for the very first time, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, we will hopefully meet 1 or 2 or 3 of them next week on Loose Ends on the Thursday night, because you're going to, and I'll try to keep the mayhem, focused.
Yes.
Do the best you can. That's okay. Organized chaos. I love it.
Yeah.
Organized chaos is fabulous.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing everybody next week live from West Virginia. And
so does this mean we can't do it from the hot tub or something?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're on vacation.
Now that I said that, I don't want my nipples on camera.
No, you don't.
No, but that would be awesome.
Kill me.
So, but it's you know what, this is your holiday too, right?
Absolutely.
So it's enjoy every minute of it. And for everyone who is going and crocheting next week have a great time, and I can't wait to catch up.
Blast. Yep,
Deborah, you are a blessing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh,
it was
my absolute pleasure. Yeah, my absolute pleasure.
Thank you for your words tonight, Deborah. It meant a lot to me, and thank you for being a part of our community. It's an amazing thing. It really truly is.
Oh yeah, it's and that's one of the other reasons why I bought one of those the bags that Karen designed from Jimmy Bean's Wool. I got one of the. Yeah, I didn't get the backpack. I got the mobility one, but it works great because then I can set it on the side of my chair and just stitch away. I love it.
Oh, that's special. I didn't know that. That's very special.
Actually,
I've got it around here somewhere.
On the broadcast tonight has been Trish Barker. So Trish Barker is a really good friend of mine in there. And so we actually asked Trish, what do you need in a bag? Because she's pushing the scooter or the walker. And so we collaborated with her. It's like, what do you need? And, I need security. I need zippers. I need strength. And it's like, and so we're like, check. So she's the woman that's actually with me in the photographs.
Yeah.
So she,
awesome.
I love my time with Trish. I'm seeing her actually tomorrow. So,
very cool.
Say hi for me.
Yes, I will.
Yes.
And everyone online.
Yes. Well, Mikey, I hope that you have a very safe flight down here to the States. I hope you have a wonderful vacation. Enjoy yourself, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week here on Loose Ends.
Okay. Wow, you finished that show just perfectly. Okay, I think I can go.
And I've been replaced.
Yeah.
Oh, never, Karen. You're too amazing.
Scene.
Scene.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Bye, y'all.